Damn. Here we go again. Common passed on a beat. I turned it to a jam.
Yeah. Here we go again.
We're so. I think this is the most Let me preface by saying I enjoy doing this podcast all the time with you guys. No Liam this week, but that doesn't mean I'm any more or less happy.
He had to go meet the 11-time champ.
That's right, Billy Russ. That doesn't mean I'm any less happy to be talking with my pal. It's over, a.k.a. Jake, me being Ricky Gutierrez, a.k.a. Fitz, on this program, A Pod on Lansdowne. Doesn't mean I'm any less excited. I think this is the most tired I've been to do an episode in regards to this team.
Yeah.
I am so over it, man. My hand is right above the over button. It really is. And
I hit it.
You've already smashed it.
Yeah, I hit it. I think I hit it. I hit it after the Detroit series, and then I hit it again after the first Mets game.
That was just Monday night. Just what a nothing game.
Not to go full Bill Simmons and be the body language doctor, but like they're over it. It's done. They're completely checked out.
We just get right into this, man. No standing on ceremony. No haha funny bits about funny anecdotes.
No.
This is.
I'm a little bullshit, frankly. It's like.
Well, tell him.
All right, here I'll tell him. Is this team as assembled world beaters? No, they're not, and I don't need them to be. And I tweeted this yesterday. And this is kind of how I feel and why I've kind of been like genuinely pissed the last couple days. I didn't even need them to make the playoffs this year. Like being a realistic, the last 2 years at least, we've kind of been like 25 when like that's kind of you're gunning for like being a real good baseball team again. I didn't need them to make the playoffs this year. What I needed them was to not go out like Stan Chera for the third fucking year in a row. Like, you look pretty good at the deadline, pretty good through July, and then you just shit your pants.
What, like 11 games above 500 at the deadline?
They
or
were
like
11
at the
games
All-Star
above
break?
500 at the deadline. They were in a playoff spot.
Or it was either at the deadline or at the All-Star break, which, I mean, pretty close to each other at that point. Same general idea.
It's just like 3 in a row, man? Come on.
They are 100% finishing with 78 wins again. It's happening. I see the writing on the wall at this
I
point.
kind of hope so, frankly.
Disappointing August to lead to a disastrous September. I've seen this movie before. I saw this movie exactly 12 months ago, man.
And 24 months ago.
And 24 months ago.
I've seen it. This is episode 3, dude.
And it's not just one. We can get into the multiple things, but it's pitching not doing what it needs to do. It's the offense is in a swoon. The managerial decisions here and there have left something to be desired. I might as well just, right off the rip, I don't fuck with Alex Cora this week with that decision about Cooper Criswell over the weekend.
Yeah, that's
egregious.
Catastrophic.
We were saying in the group chat, I think this episode's just going to be a venting, just kind of just throwing stuff at the wall, man.
I need to vent. I'm pissed off.
It's
for the first time this year. I'm pissed off. The rest of the times I was like, they're, they had fight in them. They
showed some resiliency,
but they look dead, and I'm upset. And it's so much worse. Like if we got buried the last week. And we were like 10 back at the time of recording, that'd be one thing. It'd be like, okay, I can check out. But it's so fucking annoying that both the Royals and Twins stink. Those are not great teams. The Royals have lost 6 in a row. And what have we lost ground somehow? It feels like. I don't even like.
And the Twins aren't world beaters right now either. The Twins aren't on this miraculous hot stretch.
They're like 3-7 in their last 10, I think.
Something like that.
I'm embarrassed.
And again, to bring
aren't they embarrassed?
The Twins or
the Reds?
Yeah, the Red Sox. Yeah,
Reds. Excuse me,
maybe I don't know, man. Again, that fucking Chris.
I mean, as we record, David fucking Peterson is mowing the Red Sox down. He's setting strikeout records.
Yeah, he had like 8 strikeouts through the first 3 innings.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. I mean, what do we? I mean, let's get serious. No?
Infield single for Massa though. Leaked it
Oh
out.
wow, that's awesome,
That's
dude.
great. Maybe that changes the vibe a little bit. Like the decision to pull Criswell after 4 innings, 4 perfect innings. Like if even if it was like he went like even just 5 1/3, he went like 80 pitches or something like that, and you felt like you had okay behind the scenes. We know that this is going to be a day that we can't push Criswell to like 90 pitches. He's working with this general amount of pitch count. Fine, I could see that. Even if he still had a perfecto going at that stage, 5 1/3 in, just for example, just pulling out a number. After 4 innings, when you're in the middle of an absolutely daunting stretch. I mean, you just got your lunch taken by Arizona a couple days ago. You don't have an off day until Thursday, I believe. You had been going on like a week and a half of games. And the whole point of this, or the whole thing of the second half has been that the pitching has been a disaster. So you would think you would want to get as many outs from the guy who starts on the mound as possible, right? Instead of going to the 44-year-old pitcher who throws.
You'd think, Fitz. You'd think,
ball.
wouldn't you?
And listen, it's fun. I wrote it in the Brushback article. It's just straight up fun to see Rich Hill back because that's just like a little weird baseball quirk.
To each their own, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, when he's given up gopher balls to Spencer Torkelson, then yeah, no, it's not as fun. But it more so like, okay, what other sport? The 44-year-old is just he can come right off the street coaching his son's little league team and still pitch at the highest level. I just thought that tidbit was a bit fun. That alone in a vacuum, but. It's just, man, and again, as a guy who I do like Alex Cora, but there's sometimes, man, where it's like, what the fuck are you thinking? That was a completely unforced error over the weekend, man. And again, it's shit like this. It's the offense not picking up the slack in Detroit. It's decisions like that. It's more, pitching blunders. I'm getting exhausted. I feel I don't want to keep saying the same shit that we said the last month. Oh, well, the bullpen's annoying. Well, the offense is good enough to hang around. They better hope that the offense can hang. Oh, well, they're only a couple of games back. If they can get within 2 or 3 by the time Minnesota comes into town, blah, 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 blah. It's just been going in circles the past month, Jake, on the show. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's over. It's over.
What is that? What is it on the over-ometer officially this week?
9.6.
So you're giving it like essentially a 4% chance to make the playoffs right now.
Well,
which
I think that's actually pretty close to what it actually. I think it's like 12% or something. Actually.
Wasn't it like 40 even? Like it'd gone down, but wasn't it down to like 40 even like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was in like the high 20s, low 30s for a good spell. But I can't. It can't be. It's over until like you're. Not math. I mean, you could say it's over before it's mathematically over, but I mean, it wouldn't take a miracle for them to make just realistically, like some crazier things have happened in baseball, but they also look completely lifeless. Half the team, their best player, is playing completely hurt and he's busted. Half the team is like exhausted, going over pitching. You're
down 2-0 in this Mets game. It feels like you're down 5-0.
Yeah, no, they've got no juice left. We had a good run.
I will say that, I mean, let's say that they do end up with 78 wins. I think it can simultaneously be a disappointment based on where you were at the All-Star break and at the trade deadline. And it's fair to ask the questions, well, this is the third straight year doing this. But also you can recognize that, okay, there have been some strides being taken. Is that going to fall? Hey, the Red Sox are going to score a run. Nick Sogard. There you go. Awesome. I'm still exhausted. You can have that disappointment in the second half of the year while still simultaneously recognizing, like, okay, there are still some positives to take from this year. I don't even think a September swoon would take away from that. And you could still believe that better days are ahead while being pissed off at this result in the short term. But it does look lifeless. The joy in my life has been taken out.
The light in my life has gone out.
Yeah, the light in my life. Yeah, that's the more. That was the actual term. Who said that? Was that Teddy Roosevelt?
I think so.
It was someone historic, I think.
The light in my life.
Liam would know right off the top of it.
Yeah, he would know. Yeah, Teddy.
There you go.
Old Teddy. Do you know the context, Fitz?
It's like his wife died, I think.
And his mother hours apart.
Oh, Jesus. Damn, Teddy.
Yeah. Robin Williams.
Night at the museum.
Yeah. God rest both their souls.
Robin Williams, yeah, and Teddy Roosevelt, yeah.
And Teddy Roosevelt, both
the
dead.
big Easter Island head in Night at the Museum is still kicking as far as I am. The dumb gum guy.
Yeah. And Owen Wilson too.
Aaron Wilson. Wow.
He's the cowboy.
I was gonna say I forgot what he played.
Why not just do an hour on Night at the Museum?
I'm fine with it. Mickey Rooney was in it, right? He was like one of the goons at the end.
Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke's still alive, right?
Yeah, he's still kicking.
Yeah, how old is Dick Van Dyke at this point?
He's old. I think he's almost 100. You know, it's a great gag. I was watching Family Guy. I don't want to talk about this fucking baseball team. I was watching Family Guy 2 days ago.
We'll get back into it.
Yeah, we'll get back. And
let us have this.
It's the episode where Peter starts his own TV network. You know, like because of censorship, and it's the Dick Van Dyke Show, and it's like this is when the FCC is like really cracking down, and it's like the
Beep Van
Beep Show. It's a good joke.
It is a good bit. Yep. They sing the FCC song. Yep, I know the episode. It's just with because you're right. It's not fucking impossible to get back into this race, but at the same time, it is because again, like you would not to just keep echoing what you had just mentioned. You had these opportunities to gain ground on Kansas City and Minnesota, and you didn't do it. So it feels like. This is just how fucking baseball works. This feels like the swoon right before the Royals really hit the gas pedal and somehow win the fucking pennant. Like, they're just getting their losses out of the way now. Or Minnesota, one way or the other. You know what I mean? This was your chance to get ground on them, with the exception of the one series directly against the Twins at Fenway in a couple weeks, sure. But this was your chance to really get back into the race.
I mean, the schedule's tough the rest of the year. Like, this was it. I mean, they have the White Sox this weekend, who will surely take the series from us.
They'll take 2 or 3. But then you have Baltimore, 4
Baltimore, 4 against the Yankees, 3. I mean, it's 6 games against Tampa, who I know they aren't that good this year, but they are the thorn in the Red Sox side always.
Yeah, and 3 of those are at Tropicana, and that's a house of horrors.
And then 3 against Toronto, who just fucking took our lunch.
Yeah, right?
And
we were saying,
like you said, 3 against Minnesota. Like, it's tough now. You blew it. I mean, it's over.
Right?
It's over.
I mean, this was your stretch. You had 5 against Toronto, or 4 and 3/4.
Well, if it's technically that game was in June.
Yeah, we didn't lose 4 in a row at that point. We had only lost, or we didn't lose 5 in a row. We had only lost 4.
That's correct.
You were going into that Monday before the game restarted, being like, okay, this is your chance. You have some home cooking, 5 games against Toronto. If you could take that, okay, go into Detroit, which, I mean, Detroit's right on our fucking head. Detroit might fucking jump us by the time you're listening to this. I think they're a half game back of us right now, if I'm not mistaken.
They sure are, Fitz.
Right?
They sure are.
Yeah, so by the time you listen to this, there's a non-zero chance that I maybe Detroit's idle tonight. I haven't checked. Or why would they be idle tonight? It's a Tuesday. The point is, I'm a mess right now, Jake. I'm all over the place.
I have to go watch this fucking team in person tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to City.
I was excited. Well, you know what? I like that park.
Right. I still got to hit it. It's on my list. But, I mean, you're in the middle of this Mets series now. The Mets aren't, the biggest movers and shakers in the entire league. I know that's a road series, but that was an opportunity to make some ground. And then you have the worst team potentially in modern baseball history coming in for 3. This was your chance, this 2-week stretch, to make up the ground.
They took a big old poop in their pants.
They pissed themselves. They pissed down their legs. So they reap exactly what they sow. After the sweep in Arizona that wrapped up a tough stretch against teams like Houston and Baltimore, that topsy-turvy Rangers, you know what I mean? You had a tough stretch there to start August, but now you go right back into the fire against all the teams in your division.
It's funny
it's hard
it's
to
funny that we
envision-
framed like just got to get through that Arizona series, and then
Yes.
they actually have been worse after that
Right?
They took 2 or 3 from the Astros in Houston. They took that Kansas City series. I want to say they took 2 or 3. Like they're doing all right. Texas, would they take 2 or 3 there? Maybe 1 of 3. I don't know.
They took 2 or 3 against Texas. They took
Yeah,
2 or
like
3
they
against
I
Kansas
mean,
City.
you know, the Houston sweep was rough and the Arizona sweep was rough. But those are 2 good teams. And it's
They
like
split in Baltimore, and we said
they
on this
came out
program
of it
that
all
felt like a
right,
win.
and now they shit their pants.
Yeah,
Which is
that's
tough.
what makes it frustrating. These are you got to take care of the teams that will consistently contend for playoff appearances, pennants, championships. They take care of business against the teams that they should be taking care of business of. They don't roll over to competition that you could look at as inferior. Especially when they come in for 5 games and their season's already lost, but you still drop, 3 of those 5 games. So, and again, Saturday night, completely winnable game in Detroit. Sunday, completely
was that?
winnable game.
They're
Saturday
blending
was-
together for me now.
Saturday was the 2-1 loss as compared to the 4-1 loss.
Okay.
That was the school
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I was there for that. I watched that one.
And they very easily could have lost on Friday. They wanted to lose on Friday real bad. Well, most of them didn't. Sadon wanted
What was
to
that?
win.
Oh, that's when Kenley blew the save.
Which, again, he's been fine.
I don't even
in-
feel
in
like he's on the
second
team
half.
anymore. He's
been good in the
straight
second
chilling. He's barely pitched.
Well, again, he's been good in the second half. It's been him and Chris Martin are the only 2 guys in
I'm
the
over it.
second half.
I really am I'm all set. I'm all set on this year. I'm all set.
You got another month of it. so.
I'll go Woo Sox. That's all my eggs are in that basket now.
I could even say go Pats, but they're going to be bad.
Oh my god, that's this weekend too. Save
4
me,
wins.
Celtics. Save me.
because
Holy
the Bruins
shit.
are going to be only.
Well, no, hey, relax. They'll certainly make the playoffs and then lose in one of the first 2 rounds, as is
Yeah,
custom.
man. Half the league makes the playoffs, so.
Yeah, but half the league would kill for the consistency the Bruins have. I mean, they're tremendous playoff
the consistent
chokers.
diarrhea in the spring. Yeah.
All right, Fitz, well. Look at what the Red Sox have fucking stuck with now.
Diarrhea.
I'd kill for the
yeah.
Red Sox to make the playoffs every year and lose in the first round. At this point,
What
mean,
happened
Jesus
to our
Christ.
organization? What
yeah,
happened?
it's got. Well, thankfully the Celtics will go back to back, so the city will be okay.
That was right. That was right. Maybe the Revs pick it up, too.
What's up?
Maybe the Revs pick it up.
Oh yeah, everybody in Boston, diehard Revs fans.
Get your kicks, baby. The New England Revolution. So, do you want to ramble more about this team after the break?
Well, let's. I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Man.
Yeah.
We're not bringing our best our A game this
No,
but they're not bringing their A
yeah,
game.
they're not either. Yeah, exactly.
It's not up to us, man. So, all right, we'll be right back on Pond on Lansdowne after this, and more commiserating will continue. I think I used that word right, commiserating.
Oh. Yeah. Yes.
Nailed it. We'll be back.
Yeah. I just got an email. There's post-game fireworks at the Lehigh Valley game I'm going to.
Oh, sick.
That's fun. That's all I've got.
We're back. Pond on Lansdowne. Jake, no Liam, but Jake and Fitz here at your service. If you want to commiserate with us by leaving a voicemail, you most certainly can. What's the number that they can call?
203. No, that's my number. Fuck!
What? How do you keep doing that?
Can I try again? Can I get another shot?
No, not until you. How do you keep doing?
I'm
your
sorry.
own-
Well, so I'll defend myself on this one. My head wasn't fully
it's
in
like
it.
the
I was looking.
fourth time.
No, well, I was looking at the fire. This was when we were off air there for a moment. I had informed Fitz that I just received an email that I'm going to a Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs game. Where they're playing the Woo Sox in about in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and there's going to be fireworks after the game. So I got excited about that. And my head wasn't in the game when you asked me the number.
Is your head in the game now?
It is, yeah.
Take it away.
It's 617-420 2431.
2431. Nailed it. 617-420-2431. Leave a question or a comment to be featured on the show. We have a YouTube comment, as a matter of fact, right now.
Oh.
The BA Top 100 list will save us from DINCSTA. Dincasta? Is that how you want to pronounce that?
Well, that's great because I wanted to talk about that, actually.
Roman Anthony, number 2, baby.
Number 2. And he'll be number 1. I think Junior Caminero graduates before the end of the year, so.
Really? Is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he only got called up like a couple of weeks ago. Was
yeah,
that
but he's
enough
playing
time?
every day, so I think it breaks
That's a good point.
his rookie. I don't know. Somebody tweeted that. So Roman, if that is true, Roman will surely be number 1 by the end of the month. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
And that's all we have to offer for it.
That's pretty cool.
Well, we got what?
No.
Was it 4 in the top 26? Based
Yeah,
on
what a
Tyler
bummer
Milligan
too,
said?
because top 25 would have sounded much cooler. And
Yeah,
it was
than the
they're
top
one off.
26.
Yeah, but
Nice
you know,
round
you
number.
take what you can get. Probably the best farm. I mean, in hindsight, you would say like 2014 was the best farm the Red Sox ever had. But just because of who was in the system during that time. But the farm right now, probably the best farm they've ever had. Like the high end part of it.
Ever had. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say like I know what like the 92 Red Sox farm looked like,
All right,
you know,
Fitz.
but in recent memory, yeah, I think I would
Yeah.
I think I would agree with that. I mean, genuinely.
So that's something. That's pretty cool, I guess.
Weren't they number 1 like 2016 early on in the farm, at least on Pipeline?
Oh yeah,
think they were
probably
up
when they had
there.
Devers, Benintendi, and Moncada. That's,
True.
That's pretty
Maybe
good.
up there. Yeah. But
was
so
pretty
is
good.
so is Meyer, Anthony, Teal, Montgomery, Campbell. Trey Ball's still in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Arias, that DSL guy that people are getting down with as well.
Yeah.
He was
Blaze.
94.
Yeah, right?
Six in the top 100. Fitz, I'll take it.
I'm going to have to take everything we can.
I mean, this can't, Fitz, look at me. This can't have all been for nothing. It can't. It can't.
Yeah, you're right, because it's like if they're just going to shit the bed, just like really shit the bed.
Exactly. Look what we got. Fucking. I mean, look at the guy. Even these last 2 years, we got Teal and Montgomery with those first round picks.
Yeah.
Well, you know I'm pro tanking the second you get eliminated from the playoffs. You should lose every game. I've held that opinion forever. It's like that it does no one any good to win games once you've been eliminated from the playoffs.
They should retire 78 if they do a three-peat. Retire the number 78, put it up in right field.
I wonder if anyone's ever worn 78.
Do we want to look at the history of
Yeah,
number
I'm
78?
doing it right now, Fitz. I got it right now.
Because again, we have nothing else positive to fucking speak
No.
about right now.
I'll talk about the the prospects. Sorry, I feel like I'm actually going insane.
Yeah, this is a very special pot on land.
Oh, look at this. Okay. Fitz, 4 men have worn 78 for the Red Sox, and 2 of them were this year, evidently.
Really?
Yeah, you'll never get it, so I'll just tell you. One was Joe Jakes
Okay, yeah.
and Bailey Horn.
Oh, getting horny.
And then in 2021, some man named Steven Gonzalez
Gonzalez.
apparently pitched in 3 games. I have no recollection of this man. I watched every game that year, but pitched in 3 games for them. And then in 2012, Justin Thomas, who I also have no recollection of,
no memory
but he
of.
pitched in 7 games for them. There's some names on that 2012. I mean, half that roster I would say I've never heard of. Guillermo Quiroz.
Who else we got there? Some more gems.
Nate Spears. I've Ivan De Jesus. Lars Anderson made an appearance for that team.
Lars Anderson did.
Wow,
Yes.
he was supposed to be.
I was the biggest believer in Lars Anderson when he was coming through the system.
Brent Lillibridge was on that team.
Brent Lillibridge.
Brent Lillibridge finished. Oh wow, he was kind of not really a looker. Brent Lillibridge. Fitz,
Hey,
how
let's
about
be
this? Let's bring some life into the episode here.
Yeah, we need some life here.
What are we fucking with?
Brian Bayo's start against the Blue Jays, I was fucking with.
Oh yeah,
Where he
that
went
was
8
nice
innings.
to see.
That was very
Nice
good.
to see.
That was nice. I think obviously this has been a disappointing year for Bayo. I'm hardly the first person to bring that up. But I think if he can end this year, even if the team kind of falters a little bit, if he can end this year with something to build off of going forward, I think we can all, be happy about that. Because clearly there is good stuff there when, as Jake Roy, OTM's Jake Roy pointed out, during that Blue Jay start, he was able to keep the change up low, which that's going to do miracles on him. If you can keep that low, locate that well, limit the walks, which is the big thing with Bayo. If he can consistently get that going, I could then say to myself, not everything is lost here. We can get some good value out of this, this extension that he signed, this contract that he signed back in March. Or maybe it's simply a matter of him wearing the blue sleeves like Pedro in the '99 All-Star game. It could be just that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Return.
That is a great fucking
return
look.
with the V instead of the U. Return to the blue sleeves on the mound.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm happy for him. And again, there have been a lot of bumps in the road for him. One step forward, one step back sort of deals. But if he could build off of that, then that's okay with me.
Sure. What am I fucking with, you ask?
What are you fucking with? Now, granted, also Bayo had an awful game Monday too.
I didn't think he was awful.
That's maybe a bit harsh, but
what am I fucking with?
Hey, only the one walk that he had over 5 innings. 7 hits isn't great, but
Not much.
Only one walk.
What am I fucking with? Jesus.
You're the one who asked.
No, I know. It's really been a rough spell here. Jarren Duran.
He's good.
Still good.
He's fine.
Yeah,
He's gonna have like a 10-war season for a 78-win team, but
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I think he's nifty. Yeah.
That's all I got.
This is the worst episode of Pod on Lands
I
history,
think
man. We're the light in our life again.
The light has gone out in my life. He's literally the only guy hitting. I think I saw yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't remember. The rest of the team, he's hitting like 330 or something the last 5-6 games. I don't even know what it was. Week and a half, 2 weeks, and the rest of the team's hitting like 140 or something. Like they're complete. Everything's busted. All right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's get into this because this was some discourse this week. They should not. I think if they're going to trade any outfielder, it has to be Abreu. Sorry if that offends. Sorry if that offends. I just think I think you obviously can't trade Anthony. He's going to be the number 1 prospect in baseball. That's asking for a catastrophe. Like, there's no. I mean, short of an ace with 6 years of control, I'm fully all set on that. And in saying that, there's no such thing as a pitching prospect. So really, that's an impossible. What?
I said Tinstap.
Tinstap, absolutely. So you can't trade him. Rafaela is like one of your only 3 right. Well, I mean, that doesn't really mean anything, but he's like one of the only 3 righties on the team. So if he was a lefty, I'd say yeah, fuck it. But he's not. So he could, the versatility's nice. And Durant, I just don't know how you're gonna fucking sell a fan base on trading your by far and away, by the way, your best player in another shit year, and be like, look, guys, we got a pitcher, like for our best player, like that. You can't do that. They cannot trade Jarren Duran this offseason.
Yeah, we can't. I guess that is a good point because we can't sit here and still, after all these years, whine about the Mookie trade, which I think is valid, by the way.
And Jarren Duran is not Mookie Betts.
Yes, but it's the general premise of you can't claim to be that you're serious and then trade away the guy with a 10-war season or 8-war season, 9-war, whatever it ends up being.
And also,
right?
he fucking is just hitting arbitration. Like, you're gonna get a sweet deal on this guy for the next 3 years. I don't know. I just don't. And Abreu he's like basically a platoon player, and I'm sure some of that is Cora being an insane person about facing lefties. But
such a damn good hitter. That's. Ugh.
No, I know. I'm saying if you're gonna have
good fielder, solid enough and right.
A good fielder, a hell of an arm. And Fitz, I've said I wouldn't trade any of them this offseason. I think that's a next offseason problem because I don't think Anthony's gonna make. I mean, I don't know, service time manipulation, whatever. And then it's like someone could get hurt. It's all this stuff. But if it's gonna be someone, I think it basically is answered for you. Like I think it does have to be Willier. What do you say to that?
I'm so high on Abreu, man. I don't.
Roman Anthony is going to be the top prospect in baseball.
You can't be Roman
in 3 weeks, and Jarren Duran is our best player this year.
And again, who knows? Like you would just sort of alluded to, who knows if it has to be anyone? You know, if maybe the road that they decide to go on is to hold on to all of them. I just love
Fitz. You got to know when to hold them.
Know when to fold them.
And know when to walk away.
Know when to run.
I don't know if Craig knows any of those things, frankly, but we're going to find out, aren't we?
We are going to find out, I suppose.
We're going to find out.
But yeah, the optics of flipping a guy like Duran after this year would be, again, it's tough to sell.
I have no idea what pitcher would have to come back for people to not be like, pardon me? Like, that's not Duran? Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if that really exists. Like if a deal exists like that.
Maybe like I'm just throwing out it.
Like one of the Mariners guys, like
Logan
Kirby.
Webb? Logan Gilbert.
Yeah, I was thinking like Kirby or Gilbert or maybe one of those.
Webb
but I don't love that either though. I don't know. I'd rather just pay. Can they just fucking grow up? Remember they're the Red Sox and pay someone? Is that so hard? Is that so fucking hard? I was like, in all this discourse, people are like about trading one of the outfielders, and yes, there's gonna be. I mean, some would say there is now a logjam, and that is a real issue. Like that will have to get sorted out. Like they have too many guys. You know, only 3 guys can go stand in the outfield. That's a rule. You can look it up. Actually, it's not. I think you can put as many guys as you want in the outfield.
What, the shift rules?
Yeah.
Someone look that up for someone smarter.
But you can't have 2. Anyway, point is, there's only 3 outfield positions. But a lot of people are framing it as like trade from a position of strength to get a pitcher. It's like, or just go fucking pay someone that doesn't cost a great player
and
going out.
That position
where
the
fucking Boston Red Sox, we used to be strong.
When we were strong.
And it's like John Henry could wake up in 2 months and be like,
the old days, boom.
Yeah, Max Fried, here's $200 million. I don't give a fuck. Like, grow up, dude. Fitz, it'd be so easy to just sign. I mean, it's not my money again. So easy to just sign one of Burns or Fried, and then trade like some package of your other, like the kind of middle ground prospects for like a number 3 kind of guy, and you're done. Then you're set. Like it really is not that fucking complicated, but because the Red Sox operate like the fucking I don't know the A's. I mean, that's dramatic. I don't know.
It's dramatic, but
just pay someone. Just pay a pitcher.
Listen, I agree with you. Again, Max Fried. I think Burns would be out of the question. I think Fried would.
See, like, we used to be strong.
It should-
the
yeah,
fact that
Burns
you're
shouldn't be
the
out of the
fact that you're
question,
even saying that, Fitz, I'm sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be practical based on what we have learned over the last couple of years. We should be in on a guy like a Corbin Burns, but when we were strong,
When we were strong. Bing!
firing squad. No, it's true.
It's like, I don't know, man. It fucking sucks. Everything sucks. It really does.
I cannot wait for the summer to be over.
I cannot wait for the summer. I can't, man. It was like 65 today when I woke up. Took a little walk, got a little bacon, egg, and cheese, and it was the happiest I've been in months. I was like, I was floating.
You know how glowing I was? How much I was glowing during my fantasy football drafts this weekend, man? I was so excited.
Yeah, the air was crisp. I cannot fucking wait to watch football on Thursday night.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
And Friday night,
Oh, is there a game on Friday?
the Brazil game, Eagles-Packers.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the worst time of the year to go.
you picked the worst time to go.
Man, you picked the worst time of the year. I thought he was going to hit
Left
me.
beat in the fries. Yeah.
Are you a Taurus?
It's a beautiful country. It is. It's a beautiful country.
Yeah, we love Brazil. We love Brazil.
Yeah, we could just get like waters for everybody. Get a bunch of waters.
Oh, you know another thing that's kind of bummed me out, but also it's made people a little less ridiculous about the catching tandem next year. Connor Wong looks completely dead.
Yeah, he's kind of.
He's busted, and I mean he's catching's a
They
tough
got
job.
him. They got him playing here, there, and everywhere.
They got that.
too,
They're working that boy like a dog. They got going out to
Right.
second base and. Come on, man.
Well, when he's one of two righties in the entire organization, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of, Trevor Story getting activated on Saturday, likely
That
is
is
what
true.
I saw.
That is true.
Probably too little, too late, but it'd be funny if he fucking. You know what?
I appreciate the
prediction
effort.
right here, Fitz. Right now, Trevor Story is going to 2006 Carlos Beltran us into the playoffs.
Could you imagine? Yeah, he goes on a ridiculous.
He's
run.
going to hit 395 with 7 home runs in the last 2 weeks of the season. It's going to be like nothing you've ever seen. It's going to blow your socks off.
In all seriousness, I do appreciate his, trying to get back out there.
I respect
for
it.
this
I
year.
respect the hell
Right?
out of it, and I feel
Exactly.
bad for the guy. It sucks the whole thing, and
Yeah.
God knows what they're gonna do next year if everyone's healthy and playing ball, but that's a next year problem.
I think he's
And
your
right now we
shortstop,
need
based on his range and based on the amount of money that you're paying him, he's going to be your starting shortstop.
By the end of the year.
But not by the I don't know by the end of the year, but to
Oh,
start
I mean,
opening
yeah,
day,
he'll be the
yeah.
opening day starting shortstop. Yeah,
End of the year,
But
yeah.
then- but then you
I
got
can't claim
fucking
to know.
Christian Campbell and Marcelo Meyer breathing down your neck. So I don't know how it's-
Well, Meyer's going to need some more time to restart after the injury that ends his year this year, right?
Yeah,
You're
I know.
going
I
to
mean,
need
yeah,
some
you
more
know,
time.
Fitz, I know. I'm
for
saying, Fitz,
Meyer.
it's a real thing. They're gonna have to consider at some point very soon.
Another comment there from Dean Costa. I think Wong has played more innings in left than Yoshida this season.
So have I. Me too.
I think he played the one inning out there, like the one game. 'Cause
Yeah,
we checked this like a month ago, and I think he had one parentheses the number one, the numero uno. I think it was the one game. I can double check that. See, this is where we need Liam. Liam would already.
I
be
know.
Johnny on
He's
the
so
spot
quick
for
on the
this.
keys over there. He's so quick on the keys.
He's like the computer hacker in a movie. Like, I'm in. I got the baseball. I got the documents right here to prove it. Yoshida, standard fielding. One game out and left. It was
When was that?
It was one inning. One inning in
I
left
have
field.
I have no recollection of it.
I don't know when it was. It had to have been some platoon situation. I don't know if there's a way to pull up which game it specifically was. One game.
You know what?
That's all
Who
we
cares? Who fucking cares?
Fuck them.
Not me.
No, I wouldn't say fuck him to Yoshida. We love Yoshida, even though
We
I don't
love
know what-
Yoshida, and we hope he really succeeds wherever he plays baseball next year. Sorry if that offends.
He's gonna love Arizona or
Seattle. I don't
Yeah,
fucking
right.
know.
No, for pitchers, you know what I mean? If that's what you want. It's just exhausting. My apologies to the perverts listening, man.
I know. I
feels
wish
like
we
there's not
had
as much
something.
juice.
I know. Well, you know what?
I think it's indicative of like what everybody else is feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
There's only 2 more weeks where it's going to be sad like this, because the actual funeral episode, that'll be fun.
We can make that into a special episode. We could have like a eulogy, wake, and everything.
Yeah,
like that.
we
Have
can write
people
something.
come in and out
I
to
can
say
write
it.
something up.
Yeah.
That'll be fun, and then it's the off season, and then we gap them out a little bit more, so there's stuff to talk about.
What did we do last? Did we do every other week?
Yeah,
During
we
the
did every
off-season?
other week, and then we
Okay.
with like emergencies if something happened.
Yes. Okay.
Did anything happen last off season? I don't even.
When Devers' extension was before
Yeah, that
last
was
season.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, that was before last season, not this season. It was on my birthday. I remember that. That was I'm trying to think. Like,
Yeah. Oh, the
mean,
Chris
like,
Sale
anything
trade. I think the Chris Sale trade, we did
Yeah,
an emergency
yeah.
for that. Speaking of, not great. And I've said many times, and I do stand by the principle of this. Like,
Yes.
it was time regardless, but it is a tough look.
100%.
No two ways around. No 2 ways around. He's going to win the Cy Young.
Need Yoshida
Which
to
is
recruit.
like, all right, man.
Side note before, need Yoshida to recruit Roki Sasaki before he heads out. At least I 100% agree with that. We got to get Sasaki here.
Yeah,
but
that worked really well last offseason.
listen, the performance of Sale this year. First of all, very happy for him that he's staying healthy. Good for him. Okay, like happy for him. The context of knowing that it was time, that he only had the 1 year left on the deal. That it was start and stop with him in Boston the last couple of years. It makes sense to go out and trade for a right-handed bat middle infielder that could potentially be a part of the organization for 5 years or so, however much team control he had at the time of the trade. That context will be lost when Chris Sale wins the Cy Young. Everyone's going to yell about that, be like, oh my God, the Sox should have kept him, blah, 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 as if this isn't like the absolute ceiling they could have got with Chris Sale. And you know what? The Braves are able to unlock that this year.
Well, and not for nothing,
Chris Sale.
coming the other way is the absolute floor. It could not have been a
Right.
worse year.
I
mean,
think
like, literally, he sucked when he was in the majors, and then he blew out both hamstrings.
Mm-hmm.
It's been nothing short of a catastrophe for Vaughn Grissom. And it's not, he's young and it's fine. Whatever. We'll see how next year goes. But it's like the exact ends of the spectrum.
Worst case scenarios in both directions, and that doesn't mean that the thought process didn't make sense. I agreed with the trade. You could go back and pull up the episode that we talked about this. I probably said something along the lines of, wish him well. It just makes sense for where the team is right now. Obviously, right now, with that hindsight in mind, Chris Sale would fit in like a glove into this rotation over this second half of the year, especially. 100% noted. He's going to win the Cy Young Award, and of course that's bad optics that you just traded him away and ends up, Chris Sale, who, if he has a late career renaissance, I'm not saying if he keeps up this level, but if he has a high, next couple of years, if he's still pitching at a high level, he's got this shot for the Hall of Fame because he's going to have a World Series ring, and he's probably going to have, at the very least, one Cy Young Award to go with.
I wasn't even thinking this when I said it, but back to the trading Duran idea. If you trade Sale and then he wins the Cy Young, and then say Duran makes another All-Star game, blah, you cannot do that in back-to-back years. You cannot do that. This is
right. And again,
so
the context of the decision to trade Sale when they did, I think it makes sense. But that context, right, wrong, or indifferent.
Yeah.
I would
Fitz, and I appreciate that you're living in the context of all which came for you.
I would never ever consider falling out of a coconut tree. But a lot of people,
Chris Sale would. Chris Sale.
A lot of people are going to think once they announce that Chris Sale's won the NL Cy Young Award, you're going to see so many people falling out of coconut trees. It's going to make your head spin. But we here at Upon a Lansdowne, we do exist in the context of which we came. The Kamala video I tweeted the other day when the Red Sox left from the pod account, some things are just settled.
Yeah.
Some things are just settled. That's a pretty good one.
I'm settled. I'm all set. I am. I said it once, I'll say it again. However, I'll still keep drinking that garbage.
Oh yeah,
forever and
well,
ever.
I'll still be watching.
I actually do think, and we sort of made this point last episode, or maybe it was two ago, but like, if they do suck again next year, I actually think there would be like a pretty wide like revolt, because 4 in a row, and especially when you frame it
As like all
the
the future's coming.
Yeah, and if you suck next year, but you know,
It will get nasty.
It would get like the Celtics are going to be winning, very possibly back-to-back. Like it's going to get nasty if you suck again. And John Henry, is that a threat that I just made? Maybe, I don't know.
Well, think about it. If it goes wrong next year, what's the situation? Maybe the pitching doesn't consist again. It
I don't even know. I feel like the
end.
offense next year. I mean, I don't know, injuries. I mean, I guess if everybody got hurt, then that you'd get like a mulligan or something. But I don't even know.
If you had a year of regression from some of your main hitters, you know what I mean. If Casas has a great year, but you don't extend him, it's gonna.
He didn't even play this year.
I'm saying for next year.
No, I know, but I'm saying with regression, he played. He's gonna get like 100 at bats this year.
Yeah, fair. Fair. Or on the flip side of it, if he blows up and now like his price tag gets driven up, people are gonna get scared off. Like, oh, do we have another fucking Mookie situation on our hands? Not that Casas is the first base equivalent of someone who provides value like a Mookie Betts. Not many people in the game can provide a value like Mookie Betts. But you get my.
I'll tell you what, he can fucking
drift.
pick it over there.
Yeah.
The last couple games, he's picking it. That's all I'll say. He's been really good at picking he's letting some balls get by him, and that's not great. But it is. I forgot that he was a good first baseman.
But like, what it probably looks like is maybe Houck isn't as efficient as he was in 24. Maybe Cutter doesn't take that other step forward. Maybe Bayo still is kind of stifling a bit. If you don't invest in the rotation, then you kind of run into the whole.
Max Fried has a down year, maybe.
And Corbin Burns, and Spencer Strider, and Roki Sasaki, and LeBron James in the rotate. If all that goes poorly, then it might be bad for the 25 Sox. As Casas strikes out, top 7, 2 outs. Man. It's just it's exhausting, and it will get real ugly if it's not better in 25.
Yeah.
Thank you for that contribution.
I don't know. You throw it to break.
I was just about ready to throw it to break.
This really is the worst episode we've ever done. I'm so upset and exhausted. I have nothing insightful.
But again, I think. What
do you want me to say? Oh yeah, these guys they fucking play better. They should play better. Yeah.
Expert analysis.
They should.
You can only
they literally should do that.
But I think Red Sox fans who are sitting and watching this, the 162 folks, I think they could appreciate sitting in their car or at work, wherever they're listening to this, and they're just sitting there going like, I'm pretty fucking tired of this too. Like I got nothing as well. I would like to think that the fellow perverts would think the same, based on all the things that have transpired in the past week and change. It's like, again, what are we fucking doing here? They need to go on this miracle run. Do you realize that if this game on Tuesday does not go to plan, we are at risk on Wednesday of letting the time to go back to 500 deer meme?
Wait, if they lose tonight and they lose tomorrow, they're 500?
If they get swept by the Mets, they will be 70 and 70.
Wow. Chills.
We are currently, as we record this,
chills.
middle of the 7th, they are 70 and 68.
Wow.
We are dangerously close. So with that in mind, what do you want us to do besides tweet the meme potentially on Wednesday?
And rest assured, we will. We will be there no matter what.
But what else is there to fucking say except saying that we're exhausted and frustrated with this shit? We're about to have a 3rd year of this in a row, and we're horrified that it could be 4. Gonna have a fucking Trump term of bad Red Sox seasons. 4 years, presidential term.
Well, it was Biden's term, but yeah.
And Biden's, they both one term.
No, I
Papa
mean, but it
Bush.
was literally Biden's term.
Good point. Yeah.
the bad years.
Good point. Good point. I'm
Yeah.
just one-term presidents.
Yeah, hey, I got you. George H.W. Bush.
Papa Bush. Yep. Would you count LBJ as that because he only won the election the one time? And had to fill
No,
out
I wouldn't.
JFK's?
Well, I guess it's a term, but he was president for longer than that, so no.
Yes, you're right. Obviously, to fill something happened there in '63. I can't remember exactly what.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh my God! Here's such a good idea from Soph. Just before we, you know what? Sophie had a great idea, and you'll hear about it after the break.
Shouts out. Hey, congratulations, 4 years, by the way, you and so.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
That's great. We'll be right back after this. Final segment of the worst edition of Pod on Lansdowne that you will ever hear in your entire life. I actually do think I think we're doing okay given on the circumstances. Again, I want to just emphasize that. Don't put in the newspaper that I got mad. Fitz and Jake here at your service. Again, Liam lists for this edition, this final segment. What was the idea that the lovely Soph had?
When we go to Dallas next year for opening weekend, which you're coming, by the way, I decided.
You've already decided? Oh, yeah.
But the car, because you gotta rent a car out there because you can't get anywhere. A
Everything's bigger
convertible.
in Texas.
Gotta rent a convertible.
Convertible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Drive around
Cowboy hats?
like Jack, with the top off.
Oh, well, now I got the. It
Yeah.
took me a second.
Yeah. And how
You-
sick would a
you're
how
still on
sick
the
would a
JFK
picture
thing.
be? How sick would a picture be of like the boys driving down Elm? Like you could somebody could take it from like where the Zapruder film was. Would that be such a sick picture?
Well, know what we got to do? We Photoshop Smiley in the
Oh,
repository.
Smiley. Yeah, with all of us in the convertible. I mean, it's perfect. I would literally pay somebody to take I would pay probably $100 for some guy to just go stand over where Zapruder was, take a picture of the boys chilling in a convertible. What kind of car was JFK in when he got shot?
So let's come to this.
What kind of car was? All right, it was a 1961 Lincoln Continental.
3-1 Mets.
Yeah, it's over, Fitz. It's all right. Fucking, I have tickets to another Red Sox game too next weekend. Sick. It's with my mom too, so I can't even I can't cancel.
I mean, yeah, you can't ditch your mom.
No, I'm gonna go obviously, but it's,
84 mile an hour, cement mixer, middle from Slayton. Ugh. Just 84 nothing slider.
Who hit
a
it?
fucking-
Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's over. How about that is cool though that the Hawk Tua girl is getting a podcast. We should get her on. Do you think we could get her on?
Oh my god.
She's
Talk
probably where is she from?
I don't care to find out. I don't.
She's from Tennessee.
Big Nashville Sounds fan.
Yeah. Maybe a big Vanderbilt fan.
Vandy.
Yeah, she's probably not really into baseball.
She just keeps blowing up, man.
You think they fire Fatsy if they don't figure it out before the end of the year? The Bats. I feel like that's a good scapegoat.
I mean,
because you're obviously not going to fire Cora or
Yeah.
Bailey,
not Bailey. Yeah.
and you need I don't think Pete Fatsy is some savant with the bat. Could be something there. Something to look into.
I haven't
Fitz,
thought about that.
Fitz. You need someone in the wreckage. They expect someone in the wreckage.
There's somebody in the wreckage, brother. Yeah. Maybe they get the Hawk Tuitt girl to be the fucking team coach.
It sucks for Fatsy too because he had a good run there. July, they were really cooking.
He had a good run, didn't he?
He had a good run.
Yeah, he enjoyed that.
Well, who was our hitting coach before him?
Chili Davis?
No,
No, was he a
No,
little
I think
before?
that-
No, he was a little before.
I think Chili. Red Sox hitting. Chili Davis sucked, by the way. He was a
Oh, yeah.
horrible terrible. Here we go. Oh, Tim Hires. Yeah, he was special.
Yeah,
Tim
Chili
Hires.
Davis was 15 to 17. Yeah, that was way too far back.
Tim Hires genuinely was special. What does he even do now? Is he employed? Oh, he left us for the fucking Rangers. What the fuck's that about? It's the same job. It's probably racist.
Hey, Rays. Jesus Christ.
He's probably pro-life.
No, come on. Why'd you say this mega woke? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's
That's fucked. Why the hell? Why the fuck?
The base hitting coach.
Well, why, he was our hitting coach at 18, 19, and 21. All very good offenses. 20 we don't talk about.
Yeah,
And then he
fake-
fucking
fake
left
year.
to just be the Rangers hitting coach. What the fuck is that?
Is he still their hitting coach?
Yeah.
Well, he's did an all right job last year with that.
Well,
He must have gone in a big.
Well, he
pay
won a
raise
ring
or
with us
something.
too. It's the same fucking thing.
Bring him back. Bring him home.
I agree. Here are some other names in here. Gosh, these are some names. Greg Colbrin, remember that cat?
I actually don't.
He was the 13 hitting coach. Dave Magadan.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Jackson.
We're just looking through the history of Red Sox hitting coaches.
Yeah, I don't know. This is where we're at. This is Dana Lavangi. Remember him?
Yes, I do.
Carl Willis. He was special. Carl Willis.
Carl, yeah.
It was
That's just
fucked
Tito's
up
buddy.
that they fired him.
Yeah.
Where's he now? I think he's back with the Guardians.
He was with
no?
Cleveland for a bit. I don't know if he still is. He may be
Oh, yeah,
retired.
He is. Juan Nieves. He sucked. He was bad. Won a ring though. People forget.
Juan Nieves.
John Farrell.
Johnny Steelcock.
Brian Bannister. How did he never become the pitching coach?
You'd have to ask Brian Bannister.
Wasn't
Get him
he
on
like
the
wasn't he like a savant? Like he like or no? Am I thinking of somebody else?
phone. I don't know. I'm so tired. I haven't thought about
What
Brian
inning is
Bannister
it?
in a minute.
I thankfully can't see the TV.
Bottom 7, 2 outs, runner on first.
It's time for bed.
3-1 Mets. Well, not time for bed before giving your song of the week, at the very least.
Fits. Ooh.
We gotta get
How?
Liam's.
Yeah, want me to call him? I'll call him.
Yeah, call him. You can put him on speaker.
Here, I'll put him on speaker.
So maybe we do end up with some Liam in this episode.
I think. Well, he might be on the plane, right?
He might not be.
I think he is.
I actually think he is.
Yeah, because he said. Doesn't he say he lands at like 11? So
Yeah, I
he's
think
probably-
it was. Yeah. So,
Well, he is tweeting, so.
and hey, maybe he's got. Give it a shot. What's
Liam,
the
are
worst
you
that
on
happens?
The plane. My song of the week, Fitz, I'll tell you right now, is "Ready to Take a Chance Again" by Barry Manilow.
Some Barry Manilow.
Yeah, I didn't
Great-
do that already, did I?
Great I don't think so. Great Family Guy jokes with Barry Manilow.
Yeah, well, that's the
But-
song they sing in the Family Guy episode.
I love Barry Manilow.
Ready to take a chance
Beautiful.
again. Ready to put my life on the line.
That's beautiful. Songbird of
you.
a generation.
Thank you.
Very smooth.
Chris Sale, 9Ks tonight. It's fire.
Sick. Sick.
It's fucking sick, dude.
I don't know if we'll get an answer from Liam. My song of the week, though, give me Fat Lip by Sum 41.
Nice.
Right.
Well, now I want to do some pop punk. I'll do two because
Liam does get one. Yeah, you can get the second one.
There's
Of
no
Liam.
Liam. How about I'm thinking I could do. I don't want to do Blink. That's cliche. I feel. What song is that?
My Own Worst Enemy by Lit.
Yeah, that's mine. That's mine.
It seems surprise to me. I am
Yeah.
my own worst enemy.
Worst enemy. That's a great tune. That's all right. So I got two. That's a good. You don't see range like that.
How about that?
Barry Manilow and
And Lit.
Who? Lit.
Lit.
L-I-T, lit?
Yes.
All right, sure.
But yeah, I heard Fat Lip over the weekend, but that.
Yeah.
That's so good.
You get your Oasis tickets, Fitz?
No, I'm not going across the pond to see him.
No. You're waiting
I'm
for the
waiting until
Americas?
yes, because again, I believe if those leaks are true, they'll be having shows or a show early September at Gillette. They
All right,
also
well,
might
hey.
have a couple at MetLife as well. So
I'll be there.
you'll be there?
Nah, I don't know. Maybe.
You don't know. Well, you got your I Love New York hat on now, so you maybe you're going.
I
to
do.
the New York
Sophie got
shows.
me this for our anniversary.
You do love New
my
York,
gift. It's a running joke. It's my favorite store in the city, the I Heart New York store.
and also your joke with New York, I'm walking here, like just
I'm walking.
the
Well, I'm a
the-
New Yorker.
the big
Fitz. I'm a
city.
native New Yorker now.
Right.
I love
Do
New
they have
York.
coffee? No, nowhere else where you can get a
No, I was
coffee
gonna get
from
coffee
a bodega.
and Gatorade and gum. Chewing
Have
gum.
you ever heard of $70? Oh, the culture of New York. What was the tweet? I want to pull up the specific wording of that tweet.
Which tweet?
It's like one of those like only New Yorkers like say this.
Have you seen that thing where fucking excuse me. The people in Chicago, their beach is just like a concrete slab.
Really? On Lake Michigan?
Yeah. And they think it's cool or something. I don't know. It looks awful. I don't know.
Chicago's a great city though. Love
They just
Chicago.
lay on concrete.
This is from Brooks Otterlake, by the way. So this is the Bowser character. And it's the boy,
yes.
same guy. NYC, April 17th, 2019, at 11:02 a.m. NYC resident. I live in a jar, dude. I live in a little freaking mason jar. But oh, the culture. Have you heard of Mexican food? Have you heard of $70? Floofies.
Floofies. I will say though, the one thing about New York, I mean, I guess it depends on the neighborhood you're in, but rent is so fucking expensive, like for storefront and stuff. You don't see a lot of floofies. Like there's some floofies, but you really gotta hit. Those generic millennial core kind of restaurants. Those they don't cut it for the most part. I'm sure they do cut it in like the pre like in Williamsburg probably has a lot of those, but that doesn't mean anything to you. I don't know why I just said that.
Yeah, I'm just nodding my
Fitz,
head
name
politely.
every New York City neighborhood you know.
Okay. Upper East Side, Upper West Side, Hell's Kitchen, Tribeca, Battery Park. I mean, are you just talking Manhattan?
No. Well, there's no. I doubt you know. Well,
Like Flushing for Queens.
yeah, I was gonna say because of the Mets. Yeah.
Yeah. Staten Island. I mean, I know that's a borough. South Bronx.
Okay.
Midtown Manhattan.
Do you know where I live?
Harlem.
No. Harlem. That sure is one.
You
yeah.
do. Where are you? And I'm so sorry.
Brooklyn.
I can't. Oh, you're in Brooklyn. Okay. Are you Dumbo in Brooklyn? I think Dumbo is one of the parts of Brooklyn.
You gotta have some real
Dumbo. Yeah.
cash. To
I'm trying to
No,
think.
I'm actually-
Bed
I'm not-
Stuy.
yeah, yep, that's one.
Bed Stuy. I mean, yeah. You're just like I'm like rattling through like.
No, you're doing
okay.
pretty good. You're
Okay,
doing
where did
Hawk
what
Hawk
did
Tua.
what did Nas mention in a song? What did Jay-Z mention in a song? You know what I mean? I'm like running through. You know what I mean?
The big ones you missed, Fitz, I would say you missed like Long Island City is a pretty big one.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bushwick, a lot of people
Bushwick,
live there.
Did I say Hell's Kitchen?
You did. The Village, did you say either?
Greenwich Village, yes, I've been there.
Greenwich
Cafe
Village.
Wa is there. Shout out Cafe Wa.
Lower East Side.
Yeah.
FiDi, did you say FiDi? The Financial
not say-
District? Yeah, so...
Well,
but-
I could have assumed the financial district. I was gonna call it Wall Street, but I know that's not the
No,
neighborhood.
that
obviously.
I would have allowed it.
Okay.
Yeah. That was great. Ugh.
Yeah. Lost in New York. The streets are numbered. So, yeah, I thought I did okay there.
That's all I got.
Yeah, it's all,
I can't believe we did an hour.
The fact that we did an hour, given these circumstances.
I mean, I'm like a little kind of genuinely sad I have to go to that game tomorrow now.
Oh, you'll be fine once you get a glizzy in there. And
No,
a nice
I know. I'm going with my
something.
dad and a buddy of mine, and we'll have a good time. But
Exactly. Guys being dudes.
I don't know. Maybe I'll
I will
root for them
say-
to lose. Give me. A
I
good
will
draft
say they have first and second with no outs. Down
Okay,
2.
Well, who's up?
I thought I saw Devers like looking at the iPad in the on deck circle. So
Well, his shoulder doesn't work anymore.
if they come back and win this game, we'll hop right back on and we'll be all excited again because the dream will be alive.
Well,
again.
what I mean, what are the? Of course, the Twins and Royals are probably both losing as well because the Twins are losing, and the
You gotta
Royals are also losing.
Are we back?
No,
Potentially,
it's so,
if we can-
why does no one? It's a
No
real
one wants
mid-off. Well, I'll tell you what though. What are the Tigers doing? Because right, they pass us.
If we lose,
If we
believe.
they lost. Oh no, that was yesterday. Fitz, you're not gonna believe this.
they are idle tonight.
They are idle tonight.
Really? Huh?
Yeah.
Weird.
Weird.
How about that? But yeah, I mean, if you needed any other explanation as to why we need to bring the playoffs back down to 2 wildcard teams, it's the fact that no one wants to win the 3rd wildcard in the American League this year. There's your number one answer.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's all I got, dude.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
We'll be back and better next week, folks. I appreciate you guys sitting with us.
Or we'll be worse.
Or
We don't know.
we'll
we don't know
be
how
worse.
this next week's gonna go. It
Yeah,
can always
right.
get worse.
Well, if it gets comically worse, then I think
Yeah, then
we'll
it's
have
funny.
something to work off there.
What's
This
the
is just
worst
like
case scenario for the show? Like 3-3.
I was gonna say like 2-4, something like that. Where they're clearly bad. They lose some ground, but like it's just in the same fashion where they're losing 3-1, 2-1,
Yeah.
2-0, something like that. And it's even worse if Minnesota and or Kansas City continue to lose themselves. That's the worst case scenario for the show.
Yes.
That's a strike. That's your fucking pitch there, Raf. 85 over the mound. I know that's the first pitch, but
He's hurt,
sweeper.
dude. He's not right.
He's over 3 tonight, 2 strikeouts, line out.
Yeah, he's fucked up. All right. Hey.
No, that's
mother,
all I got.
Obey her. Obey her. Obey your mother.
For Liam, for Jake, I'm Fitz. You're you. We'll talk to you next week. Goes eyes on obeying mother.
Obey your mother. Shut it down.
Over. Yeah. Shut it down!
Shut it down.